Graham's doing his favourite thing, being nosy.
Come on, girls, keep up. Very, very grisly story. And there is a senior recipe there. That's what Ellie gives me. There are some wonderful views from Dragon the Drone this morning.
Oh, hello. Someone has just jumped on my lap. Welcome to the channel. We are Graham and Ellie. We are Wizard in the Wild. Not a bad sunrise. Someone's pleased to see me. Morning, Jazzy. Good morning. I've made a nice cup of tea and I'm just about ready to do my online banking. Strange thing, I know, but bills have to be paid even when we're away in Merlin. And I can think of worse places to do a bit of account type stuff first thing in the morning. It's about 7:30 and it's a lovely day, so I want to get this done so we can get on and enjoy our day in Wigtown. So it's not a bad setup, is it? Got my little companion as well, happily snoozing. Another van. This looks really cute. That one arrived a bit later yesterday. It was actually getting dark, so you get a better view of it now. And that's the view out of the window. Anyway, better get to work.
Right, as you can see there, the tide is on its way in. So the river is filling up. Hopefully it won't flood.
Nice morning for a stroll with a greyhound.
It's a nice sunny day in Merlin at the moment. It's lovely. So we're just sorting the girls out for get their grub ready. Then we're gonna go out for a quick little walk.
Yeah, got a bit of a thing. We have to be really careful with what we give them. Jazzy can only have this one, plus some special kibble that we have. Maya and Luna are a bit more flexible. They tend to have these ones, the low-fat ones. But yeah, we're having to give them that for their breakfast.
Yeah, hopefully Jazzy is, she seems fairly stable on the rest up recipe.
She does. Don't you, Jazzy? Is that the one that Madam would like for her breakfast? Yeah, is that okay? Alright, I better get to it then, hadn't I?
The grub that Jazz has here is very low fat. It helps her pancreatitis.
It does. The girls have a little bit of it as well.
We've kept Jazz on it now for a few weeks and she has got a lot better.
Yeah.
Hope it stays like that, because pancreatitis can flare up at any moment, really.
Even stress can cause it.
And that's the one that Maya and Luna are having.
An English garden party. Yeah.
And there is a senior recipe there. That's what Ellie gives me.
Yeah.
So as well as having some kibble on there, which is soaked for Jazzy, giving them a little little bits of cooked chicken as well.
Yeah.
They eat well, don't they?
They eat better than we do, don't they?
Jazzy always goes for the chicken first. And Luna always waits for her moment. She lets it sink in, I think, that it's there. And then she'll eventually start eating it.
It's amazing how quiet it goes when it's food time. Don't get a lot of fuss. Munch, munch. Dogs are out for a walk. Yeah. My sort of weaponry.
Yeah.
Very windy though, isn't it? You won't. I say it's very windy.
Cameras at dawn.
My sort of weaponry.
Yeah. That's
Very
right.
windy though, isn't it? That slowed you down, didn't it, Jazz, with the wind blowing it?
It turns out that all of these notice boards are part of the Wigtown Book Festival. The lady who wrote them comes here to the Hyde to read to some of the children.
All of these plastic sheets tell a story. I'm not going to attempt to either read it or film it all, but it's by someone called Renita Boyle, and that's part 9. Someone called Willow. You are stronger than you know, stronger than you know, stronger than you know. Quite liking that. And we've just reached the bird hide, so let's see if we can see any birds. You going to go in, Gray?
I don't know if you can.
The doggies allowed in. Doesn't say no dogs, does it? So, oh, this is nice. We got everybody? Yeah. Positive petals. What are we grateful for today? And these are the recent sightings of various birds. So there's been geese, egrets, herons, redshank, coot, mallard, house martin. They keep a record of everything that's been seen.
Filming.
Graham's doing his favourite thing, being nosy. This is really nice, isn't it, Gray?
Yeah.
Sit with him, shall we? Ah, there we go. Oh, wow. I didn't expect to see that. Don't know what I expected, but... So this is the freshwater bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you can hear pitter-pattering around, that's the dog's paws.
Quite clever though, look, mind you.
Oh, yeah. It's clever.
I get some nice shots down here actually.
Yeah, well, you could come down and play with your camera, couldn't you?
Yeah.
This mindfulness technique looks really good. Jazz is trying to get on my lap as I'm trying to film. This looks really good. She wants a cuddle. Luckily Grome's picked her up. And there we go. Someone's having a cuddle. Someone's having a cuddle. Oh, this is really lovely if you're feeling stressed. Really good. Come on, little one.
And it's doggy grooming day today. Eddie's just grooming Maya at the moment.
Yep.
So you give them a bit of a brush and a wash and do their teeth as well. And they've both got their own little toothbrushes there.
And toothpaste.
I say both, you're wondering why we've got 3 dogs and only 2 toothbrushes. One of them has no teeth at all. So no toothbrushes needed.
No, Jazzy.
The girls are very good at having their teeth brushed.
They are.
I think they like the flavour of the toothpaste, don't they?
They do. They used to have it. Good cow.
Meanwhile, outside the tide is pretty high. This is as high as it's going to get this lunchtime, I believe. Now it's Luna's turn. She quite likes the brushing bit, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Not so keen on the teeth.
No, not so keen on the teeth.
Turn your back on me, I wouldn't, Luna.
Huh. Where's Daddy? Where is he?
It's Luna's teeth time.
Good girl, aren't you? You are a good girl, yes you are. We don't want to get Madam out of bed to have her face washed, so she's having it done in bed, aren't you? Hmm? Good girl. There we go. Try and get those bits out of your eyes. Hey? Good girl. Good girl.
Well, as Ellie finishes off the little mutts, I'm off outside. I'm going to fly the drone, I think.
At least the rain's holding off for the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. It's supposed to be nice today. That way's nice.
Yeah, it is nice over that way.
Cloudy in the middle, so got our fingers and toes crossed that we're not going to get wet.
What a lovely path though, look.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm very impressed with the way they keep their paths up here.
Yeah.
We found some nice ones, haven't we?
We have.
Even in the forest, the trails were really nice.
They were. They're sort you can use all year round.
Yeah.
Even if it's wet, you don't get so muddy.
Come on, girls, keep up.
There's a nice spot there for a picnic. Some picnic tables. They've really thought about this. Yeah, I don't know where this monument is that we're looking for. Seems to be taking forever to get there, doesn't it?
It is quite a way. If we'd have checked the sign, I think it said on the sign how many.
Yeah, I think it said half a mile, but I'm sure we've been walking more than that.
I don't know. When we stop to film, it could be anybody's guess.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'm quite curious about this place that we're going to see. It's about two ladies called Margaret. That's all I'm going to say for the moment. We'll find out.
We're going down this path to something called Martyr's Stake, which is basically a very, very grisly story. So you've got the monument there, and down here they've done a really nice path out to where the deed happens. It's really nice the way they've done this boardwalk, and even Maya seems to appreciate this one. Go on, Jazz, overtake her. Go on, overtake her. That's it, good girl. We could do dog racing.
We are heading towards the Covenanters Monument, which is a memorial to the Wigtown Martyrs. The Wigtown Martyrs were Margaret McLaughlin and Margaret Wilson, and they were Scottish Covenanters who were executed by Scottish Episcopalians on the 11th of May 1685. They refused to swear the oath of supremacy, declaring James VII of Scotland as head of the church. Margaret McLaughlin, an elderly woman of around 63, and Margaret Wilson, around 18 years of age, were sentenced to be tied to stakes in the tidal channel of the River Bladnoch near its entrance to Wigtown Bay, to be drowned by the incoming tide. The ploy was that the younger woman might be persuaded to change her mind after watching the older woman drown. The strategy failed and both of them died.
Must have been the most horrible way to die. And I gather they put the older Margaret McLaughlin, was it? They put her at a lower level so that she would drown first, in the hopes that the younger Margaret Wilson would change her mind. But of course she never did, preferring instead to drown for her beliefs.
This is one of the newly erected memorials which tells the story of the two women. Evidently the gravestones of the two ladies are in the local church. Let's go and see if we can find them.
So this is the grave of Margaret McLaughlin, and this is the grave of Margaret Wilson. Wigtown Parish Church is really an interesting place to visit. Unfortunately, there was an event going on, so we couldn't go in on this particular occasion, but it's well worth a look around. There's some really interesting things to see.
Now we're going to have a little walk up into the town itself.
What a great use for some old wellies. Looks so pretty.
If you remember these characters, you must be old like us.
I'm sending Graham into the museum to have a look round while I stay here with the dogs. Wigtown really is a lovely place. It looks really cared for, flowers everywhere, and yeah, it's really pretty. Maya's waiting for Daddy. Both waiting for Daddy. They've all had a treat. It doesn't stop them looking for more. So I didn't realise it, but we're actually here during Wigtown's Book Festival. It's on for 10 days every year, and I think it ends around the 5th or 6th of October, and today is the 2nd of October. Oh, hello! And someone has just jumped on my lap. Clearly wants some of the limelight.
It's quite a small museum. There are a few interesting things. There's lots of information about Wigtown's history, and of course the book festival and how the origins of that began. There was also some interesting information on the curling stones from the Ailsa Craig Island. But I wanted to see the prison cell that the two Wigtown martyrs were held in. Unfortunately, the cell was crammed full of photographic lighting, so I couldn't get a good picture. The only one I could find on the internet was this one. Wonder what it felt like to be held in here. I must admit, I also spent a happy 10 minutes sampling the Annandale Distillery whisky. It seems strange to be giving whisky samples in a museum, but hey, who am I to argue?
He's just debating whether to buy a bottle or not, aren't you?
It's a bit expensive.
I don't drink, so I couldn't advise on at all. Drink tea, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm good at tea.
Really two good lads, little lads. Only about 10, yeah.
That sounds like a banjo.
Oh, he has a violin, he's playing a little drum thing. He has a banjo. And another instrument.
Little buskers. Oh, cute.
This bench gave us a laugh. I declined further whisky samples in the marquee there.
Oh, yeah. Will he resist the urge to buy a bottle of whisky? The largest bookshop in Scotland. Now this is something I simply must see. So I'm going to leave Graham outside while I have a little nose around.
Stone, do you know about it? Standing stone with a hole through it.
Oh.
It'll be in the map.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool stone.
You need to see that with,
Right.
starting holes.
yeah.
Because it was
Am I the only person who likes to listen in on other people's conversations?
Do you know when I moved up, because I lived in Derby for 35 years, but worked in Wales, Sussex, Midlands. And when I came up,
Yeah.
and I'm from Girvan, which ain't that very far away from Strabane, but different.
What an incredible place!
In one of the shop windows we noticed these figures. They were all made out of Tunnock's tea cake wrappers. When we were kids we used to make things out of these bits of foil, but nothing on this scale. Oh, amazing. I think Ellie should let me buy some, all for the sake of art, of course.
Cows' bottoms.
Well, Wigtown sure is an interesting place, especially if you like books. We're running out of time in this vlog, so as we search for a coffee shop with books, we're going to leave it here.
Did say dogs welcome, I think. Thank you for joining us this week. If you've enjoyed our vlogs, please do consider liking, subscribing and giving us the thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to comment. We love to hear what you think of our vlogs. And join us next time for some more adventures with Wizard in the Wild.